What is going on to you Taurus out here? Hope y'all are having a great day. So for you, you have you Taurus have the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and the Star card. So there's a sense of you Taurus being very comfortable where it is that you are in your life, and still you Taurus still decide to actually choose to do better for yourselves anyway, even though you're in a great position. We're going to get into that. The Hierophant represents you having a very good position in your life, being in a very good position, um, having a lot available to you. There's not a whole lot per se that isn't available to you. And as a result of that, you're very happy because of it. Taurus is a place of wealth. The earth signs are wealthy, right? The second house represents the accumulation of wealth. Now, people would be like, oh, well, that's not true because I thought the crabs were the ones that accumulated the most wealth. I thought that they were the most powerful. Yeah, but the second house, i.e., the house that Taurus rules, is where it is that you actually store the assets. Right? This is why it is that in the book there's a what? A golden calf or a golden bull. Golden bull. Assets. Bull, Taurus, right? Second house. So a lot of you are very much so very caked up, financially well off, in a very powerful position. Whether or not people know it is irrelevant. The Ten of Cups and the Star card right here represents how a lot of you, because of that, a lot of you Taurus very much so are in a very powerful position. You're quite comfortable being where you are. You don't necessarily have to run around and tell people what position you're actually really in. This is more so about you, Taurus, doing your own thing, living your life, having your own fun, and ultimately, being advantageous within your own right and just overall doing whatever it is that you want. There's nothing wrong with that. You live quite comfortably right now. A lot of you Taurus are living quite comfortably because the Ten of Cups represents comfortability. It represents completion, right? And what have you completed? You've completed being the Emperor, the person that has built the wealth, built the very comfortable disposition in life, right? Doesn't necessarily talk about it, observes, but is the masters of the universe type of individual, right? The person that basically has a lot going for themselves, well connected, just has a lot of very good position in their life, right? And that's what it is that you Taurus have built up. The Star card, however, represents you Taurus wanting more, wanting to be even greater than the form or the position that you're in right now, or you're at right now. And because of that, a lot of you Taurus have decided, okay, that you're still going to continue to work regardless of the who or the what. And the Two of Pentacles, and then you have the Afterlife card. It wouldn't be a Taurus video if Scorpio didn't show up. So the Two of Pentacles and the Afterlife card, I can't even say the D word. You know what I'm talking about. But these two cards right here speaks to how a lot of you Taurus, you're still being honest with yourself. You're still working on yourself regardless of how wonderful you actually are well off. A lot of you Taurus are quite well off. A lot of you Taurus are quite well off at this time, but yet and still you Taurus still try to be very good disposition, even though you Taurus, or even in a better disposition, even though it seems like from the outside looking in, if a person knew about your disposition, because not everybody knows, even if a person knows about your disposition and how much you have, they'll think that you don't need anything. And that's not necessarily true for you Taurus. You Taurus are still learning how to be spiritually, a lot more spiritually connected. And that's one of the things that you Taurus may be actually looking after right now. And because you realize that this money and everything like that, and this financial success didn't come without the spirituality aspect of it. So the world now represents, you got a lot more coming for you. This is not like, the riches and stuff like this. There's a lot more coming for you. This is not the end. This is not something that's going to stop. I would even go as to say, considering the fact that the world is a major arcana, I would even go as far as to say, not only is it the riches and the connections and the influence, right, on some emperor stuff, not only does it not stop, I would even say that it grows. Because you, Taurus, are actually looking to do things the correct way. You got it. You got the riches in the first place, and you're in a very powerful position due to the fact that you, Taurus, essentially choosing to be upright and focus on the spirituality instead of the finances. And that's what enabled you, Taurus, to actually continue, right? The Hanged Man. That's what enabled you, Taurus, to actually focus and get to the riches, get to the bag, and get to the position that a lot of you Taurus are in, which is a comfortable one, a powerful one. And like I said, because you focused on your spirituality. A lot of you Taurus probably right now going through a transitional time right now where, like I said, because you're focusing on the spirituality, and you're not necessarily focusing on only the physical, this puts you in a very good position. Because yes, you're going through a little bit of a hard time right now, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, to essentially, stay focused, especially when you have it all. But a lot of you Taurus are learning how to actually do that regardless. Even though you up on the scoreboard or whatever, or even though you up, it still doesn't matter. You still have a lot of work to do, right? And the thing is that the Three of Pentacles, right, represents how, and again, it's very attractive because you're being ambitious, but you're being ambitious, but you're being ambitious the correct way. A lot of times, should I say this? But like a lot of the times people are ambitious the incorrect way, right? They become ambitious, and the way that they are ambitious is about trying to outmaneuver or outdo the other person. And it's like instead of them just focus on handling their own business and competing with themselves, they're focused on trying to outmaneuver the other person, right? If they see a person get a plane and they're in a position to have a plane, they'll go out and they'll buy a bigger plane, a faster plane, whatever, right? Something that has to be greater than the plane that such and such trying to compete with. And it's like, no, that's not what you Taurus are doing. You Taurus are legitimately, you know your disposition. You know that things are working well for you. And there's this sense of you're not even allowing the fact that you are in a very good disposition to even mess you up, jam you up, and make you feel a certain kind of way, right? To make you feel comfortable. I see a lot of you Taurus are still very much so enjoying yourselves in the discomfort, because there's a level of discipline that comes along with that. Taurus is a zodiac sign that can be that can hold on so much to the point where it can end up losing the things that it loses. This is why it is that I say that I don't hold on to anything or to anyone too tightly. I learned that from Taurus. I learned that from watching you Taurus. I learned that from studying the Taurus zodiac sign. So it's like, that's what Taurus represents on a spiritual level. To stop holding on to things, well, one of the things, right? Not the only thing, but one of the things on a spiritual level. To stop holding on so tightly onto something, right? to the point where you end up breaking it or losing it, or it has to be taken away from you. Because it's the same thing like when rappers and stuff like this show off their wealth. What happens, right? People run up on them and they give them people run up on them and they give them a hard time. Why? Because they show the world how much they value these things, to the point where it almost gets the opposite effect, where a person wants to take it away from them just to see if they're gonna break because of it. Anyway, the Five of Cups now and the Ten of Wands is about how a lot of you Taurus, right? There's a lot of regret on both parties. There's a lot of regret in another person's in another person, because they should have been more patient with you. They should have actually believed in you. Not even, excuse me, I'm using stupid words or dysfunctional words. Not believe. They should have known that you Taurus was actually going to get to the position that you're in. They should have known this. They should have peeped this from the very beginning. They should have taken you Taurus seriously. They should have actually seen the beauty in you Taurus. They should have actually invested in you. And there's a lot of regret on your side, not for them, not for an ex or something like that. You Taurus are regretful at the fact that you didn't start being like this sooner. And so the things that the Ten of Wands represents, again, a lot of you Taurus are comfortable being by yourselves. Maybe you with somebody, but you're comfortable being wherever, powerful disposition that you're in, regardless of whether you have somebody or not. You're good. And there's a lot of regret that a lot of people didn't take the time to actually be in a relationship with you. They just wanted to break your heart. So let's clarify the Five of Cups. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun card, the Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles, and then you have the Magician to clarify the Five of Cups. So this is what it is, and I'm saying, like, the fact that you are in a disposition, you're in a disposition where for you Taurus, very much so, right? The regret comes from, again, them highlighting all the things that was wrong with you instead of all the things that was right. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Magician. But they didn't want to see that you Taurus had a plan, though. It's their fault, not yours. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K. We're at 16,000. We're actually coming up on 16,300 subs. So please help me get to the 100,000 mark. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Those likes really do help. The likes actually help more than the comments. But I would really appreciate it if you do all of those things. Peace. Oh yeah, and come through and get the readings too. That does help to keep my channel going. Peace.